The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. Today, we will continue the Halloween Spooktober extravaganza with Skull Servants, a very much requested deck and a deck that got brand new supports. So today, we'll be trying to make it meta. And as always, guys, if you enjoy this series, make sure you like, subscribe, as well as comment down below what decks you want to see me take a look at in the future. Not just spooky ones, although I will take a look at those more immediately, but also ones for the future, because after October is done, we'll have weekly variety decks like normal. But for now, for Halloween, we're sticking with our spooky denizens of hell. So let's begin with talking about what Skull Servant is. This is a fan favorite archetype that has received waves of support throughout the last 20 years. It's rather interesting that almost every few years or so, a brand new Skull Servant support card is released. And in the end, we've actually received something that's pretty comprehensive, even if it's not this meta breaker tailorment level strategy. And it all started with this little guy, Skull Servant. And Skull Servant is a vanilla, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. This card, while we will play it, is not going to be the backbone of the deck. The next wave of support is a card we will revolve around a little more, and that is King of the Skull Servants. Its original attack is equal to the combined number of King of the Skull Servants and Skull Servants in your graveyard multiplied by 1,000. When it's destroyed by battle into the grave, you can banish another King of the Skull Servants or Skull Servant from your grave to revive it. That last effect should not matter, as when we summon this card, we should be going for game. And as such, this being our strategy, we have elected a going second deck, but more on that later. Now, the newest wave of support that makes the Skull Servant deck playable is White Lord, whose name becomes Skull Servant while in the graveyard. This is a trait that every other card in this archetype will have, meaning our King of the Skull Servants will get Wrath of Large. But we don't just play it for that ability. Its effect is, if you have King of the Skull Servants or Skull Servant in your graveyard, you can discard this card from your hand or send it from field to the grave, and send the top number of cards in the grave up to the number of Skull Servants or King of the Skull Servants in your grave. So this is just a good milling device. But it expands upon that further, because you can banish it from the graveyard to target a Skull Servant or King of the Skull Servants in your graveyard, and then revive it, acting as a Mizuki that also propels your engine forward. So it pretty much acts as twice extension, being able to mill and then revive. One of the other newer cards that is incredibly important and extremely powerful is White Baking, who, like the other cards in the archetype, becomes Skull Servant in the graveyard. If a level 3 or lower zombie would be destroyed by card effect, you can discard this card, which is not the main effect to play this card, but is important, because like, for example, if they use Fire King Kieran or they use Unchained Escape, you can protect it, as well as would trigger the next effect, that is, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 2 monsters with different names from your deck to the hand, except White Baking, that are Skull Servant, or mention it, and then discard 1 card. Now, the cards you're going to add off this is usually 1 White Lord, but then the next card we're going to add is White Prince, which says if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can then send a Skull Servant and a Lady in White from your hand or deck to the graveyard. You can banish 2 Skull Servants and this card from your grave, and then summon a King of the Skull Servants from your deck. And like the others, it becomes a Skull Servant while in your grave. Now, Lady White is kind of bad like Skull Servant, but is a bit better, so let's go over that in a second. Its name also becomes Skull Servant in the graveyard, but it says face up with 3 or lower zombies, except Lady in White, cannot be destroyed by battle, also are unaffected by spells and traps effects. Now, the last part is somewhat important, right? Because we're playing versus a back row heavy deck, or a runic deck, for example, and we can use this as a way of pushing our King of the Skull Servants for lethal. Now, the last piece of White support, or Skull Servant support, that I'm playing in my deck is White Mare, whose name also becomes Skull Servant in the graveyard. You can discard it to activate one of the following effects. That is, target a banished Skull Servant or White Mare and return it to the grave, or target a banished Lady in White or King of the Skull Servants and special summon it. So if we banish anything off of our White Prince, we can then return it or revive it. Now that we know what the cards do, let's take a look at how a deck might look. Alright, so this is my Skull Servant deck, and I know this is a lot of monsters, but the plan here is simple. We are going second, and the danger cards are fantastic because they let you discard cards to fill your grave, deck thin, as well as make link materials to break your opponent's field using cards like Phoenix, SP, as well as you can synchro with them when you get other tuners in play. You also have access to, importantly, Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion, which can send any card from deck to grave, as well as melt 3 more cards. Dangers are some of the best cards at pumping this card out, especially when you're playing a deck that doesn't really care about discarding its pieces, and it's deck anything wants to discard. We've also included a small tailment package here, and while the time of recording this, Polar Rhino has not been banned, I'm going to be playing as if it will be, because I think it gets banned like the day this video goes up. But also, you don't really need it. The reason I'm playing this tailment package here is to just give me more mills. Now remember, if you normal summon a Rhino or a Sea Mare, you can make the Kikalos send Tier Cash back to grave, mill 2 cards, then pop itself, revive the Chelman Kashtira, mill 3 for Tier Cash, and 5 more for Kikalos, essentially turning a 1 card into 10 mills. Now there is actually one other upside here. If you have a level 7 Synchro in play and your opponent has a banished card, you can get access to Deep Sea Prima Donna, which says you can target one of your opponent's banished cards and then add to your hand or special summon a level 4 or lower water from your deck, and then they get that target to their hand. So if you trigger Necroface, or if they banish your card, or if you SP them, or if you're chaining them and a card is banished, you can give it back to them, and then you can summon from your deck a Sea Mare or a Rhino Heart, both of which would then get you access to 10 more mills, or you can do something more flexible, while at the same time giving you bodies to link into a Curious or any other link monsters you may deem necessary. Now, one thing that may look out of place here is Predaplant Verte Anaconda. I'm not playing any fusion spells, but the reason to play this is to turn monsters dark. So if you are stuck with anything that's not dark or not the right attribute, you can turn it into dark, and then voila, you'll have access to Curious. I included copies of Mizuki and Unizombie as well as Trudeau, just to give me access to some more extension and some more graveyard effects so my dangers can be more powerful. And now I am playing 2 copies of Necroface. This one is something I'm still on the fence about, but what this does is means if I get maxied and I cannot kill them, either because they just don't have a monster and I have to SP them so I can't attack directly, it gives me another answer, and that is to deck them out. This will essentially banish the top 10 cards of their deck in conjunction with Fairy Tale Snow, and then hopefully the rest of the deck I can deck out just by special summoning. Between their drawing hand, a couple of engine pieces maybe, and then the Necrophase, I only have to give them like 20 draws, which still a lot, but a lot more manageable than what it would be without the 10 banishes. Anyways, I think this is one of the better ways to build this deck. I know it's a bit of a mash of just zombies together with dangers, but those are some of my favorite decks. So, it's time to duel. We have lost the role to Ariza here, and it looks like we're playing a Tearlament deck. And they are not abiding by the new ban list yet, because they, like I said, don't have to. They want one last ride with Tier. To start off with planets, Rhino. Okay, so if we get Abyss Dweller, this will be problematic. But if we don't get Dweller, we can try to fight through the field. And it'll depend how developed they can make it. But obviously, Reinhardt, our planet is a fantastic start, because this is going to be like an extra pop that'll threaten me. Close, okay. Let's see what they do off this. They get Scream. Scream would be one of the harder ones to deal with. I already have another tier monster. Send Tier Cash. Okay, I'm just gonna mill 2, then revive it. Same kind of combo we're doing. Was that an Ash they just milled? Ash Reef? Okay. Revive Tier Cash, and I'll mill 8 cards here. Get an insight into what type of 60 card deck they're playing. Steve Snows, Fedoras, that sort. Yeah. Well, roll back. Oh, it's the FTK. There's Sharon. Oh no, it's not the FTK. It's just Tier Labyrinth. Interesting. So they can make roll close here, and then they can roll back Big Welcome, which is actually really annoying. And then they get to pop a card in my hand, or they can save it. They might save it. Save it's probably better for them. Set 1. Set 2. Actually, they should do it because then they get to reset the Runic Cannon with Lovely. They should definitely just use the big welcome here. Chose not to. Okay. Okay. Let's draw cards here. Draw into Havness. Not the worst. Lady in White is annoying in my hand because now I won't be able to send it off of White Prince, but I need to get rid of it, I think. I need to get better cards. Get ashed here. It's not the end of the world. I'd like it to not get ashed, but it forces it out if I have it. Nothing there. Okay, so let's banish the Lady in White. I need the dangers. You need the dangers. I guess I can get it back with White Prince, but like that's not the reason why I play it. So, okay, let's use Bigfoot here to get some dangers on the field. Roll close, negate the Bigfoot. Okay, I'll chain the Havness to mill 3 cards. I don't need to discard it off of Jackalope. I think it's fine. Hopefully we'll mill like a White Baking here and extend in that regards. All right, so mill 3, mill White Baking hopefully. Sharon. It's not the worst. I have to fuse now with Sharon. Effect of Sharon, as well as this 1 engrave for White Lord now. I get to mill 2. That's okay. As long as there's no shuffler, I'm chilling. Big chilling. Another big welcome. Okay. So I'm going to go Kit Kalos. Use that and that. I have the option of milling 2 with Tier Cash here. Or I can get Sharon, or I can go add Tier Cash to hand in case it gets big welcomes. I'm probably going to add Sharon, I think. Just rather develop the field than anything. You're gonna Ash. Okay, well, they're gonna take away any agency I have in that decision. So I'm not gonna search anything, I guess. Let's follow this up with Jackalope here. Losing this would be a little annoying, but I do want to just draw a card with anything. Okay, well, that's why I didn't want to do that. Jackalope special from the deck. What do I summon? Different type, so I guess this. I just want to get Daruma Cannon is the problem. I get Daruma Cannon here, it's kind of lame. I don't have a choice. Yeah, I think I'd rather just get Daruma Cannon. Because that would make them pay half the life points, in theory, to do it. And then they can't copy Big Welcome, because I may not have Big Welcome face down, right? May not have access to their tier engine. So send from deck to grave, something, and I'm just going to send Sharon, even though I've already used it. So I can revive with this, and mill 5 more. This is not a what's it called? A dark, so I can't make curious with this, but I have 2 attributes so far. Go effect, mill 5. Avnus is pretty good. I'm able to Reinhardt as well, right? The Kaleido. Can't use this, unfortunately. Kaleido or Rolkalos? Kaleido Heart's probably better. Yeah, no Kaleido Heart. 1, 2, and let's put back the Kiklos for next turn. And I might get Daruma Cannon here, but we'll see. So summon this in attack mode, and let's hit a back row. Let's see if it's a Big Welcome, a Daruma Cannon. What's up their alley? If this goes through, then I will make Phoenix, I think, just to put the Mizuki in grave. Did go through, interesting. Did I care about putting this in grave actually that much? How many in my grave right now? 1, 2, 3, so I mill 4 cards. Wait, how can I make... I'm curious with this because of Fiend. Yes, that's actually pretty good. I'm gonna go curious. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. Yeah, curious here is solid. I think I get white baking with this to fill my grave some more. I can go snow to be more aggressive, but I think white baking is probably the better one. White baking, although I have lost my white prince, right? No, white prince, this one. That is white mare. I've lost white mare, which is annoying. Let's mill more cards. It might be snow, actually. Maybe it's snow. I think it's snow. Higher chance I mill a white baking or Unizombie to combo with Mizuki. Mill 3, there's white baking anyway. Okay, there you go. So rewarded for making the more aggressive play. I add 2, discard 1, so I'm going to add... Doesn't really matter. 1, 2. I'll discard the white... Oh, I should discard the Mizuki, actually. I guess I can still Phoenix here. I want a Phoenix here, yeah. And pop this. Still have snow. How do I force out the card engraved? Meta Noise. Oh, that's annoying. I mean, I guess that's better than the Meta Noise itself, right? Tier cash, they can mill 3 cards. Go Chen Ying. Try and force out the rollback. Alright, so it's mill cards. Let's mill 6. Call Servant, Rhino Heart, I mean, none of this matters. Although I guess... Special from the deck, King Skull Servant's not great. I can go Mizuki. Make the Destroy level 4. No, that's not good enough. 4, 3. How do I do this? I can go Abyss Dweller. That's probably pretty good, right? Go Abyss Dweller. They'll force it out. Yeah, so I'm gonna go target the Unizombie. This will lock me to only attack my zombies for the rest of the turn. If I use this, that's fine. Tier cash here. Okay, mill 3s is fine. I'm not gonna stop this. Mill 3. Okay. See what they hit. Okay, none of those are defensive, which I'm okay with. Terminal Karma is okay. Now, let's go into Abyss Dweller, right? With Snow or with the Strudo? Probably with Snow, right? Level do I want the Destrudo to be eventually? 6 is fine, so I'll hold off on that. I'll just use Snow here. So let's go effect, send from the grave, and I'm probably going to send Mizuki. Send Mizuki. Right. Or I can send King the Skull Servants and revive it off White Lord. Will I need that, or will I need... Way better. Better. Need Snow here. I can also make Baron with Snow and Destrudo, making Snow Destrudo level 6. Go to the spells, go to the dangers. Aqua dangers are the best ones because I can use them for Kikalos, although I have an excess of Aquas right now. It's not super important. So summon this out. I'm not going to book this. I want to attack over it. If I get Doom Cannon here at the end of the world, let's make Abyss Dweller. I probably should have gone White Lord or discarded the White Lord, have an extra Skull Servant in the grave. That would have been pretty good, I guess. Yeah, this will turn off the rollback. Targeting Big Welcome or Daruma. Meta Noise. That makes no sense because I'm just going to chain the Dweller. Attach the Snow. So now this doesn't do anything. Yep, I don't have to do shit there. Okay, now I can go effects of the White Lord to revive from the grave the King of the Skull Servants. This doesn't send off field, right? Discard only? Yeah, so revive King of the Skull Servants. I have to go pretty fast, actually, before I time out. Timing this out. Now, its attack is at 6,000. Okay, so I am a little short here, so I can go Destrudo. Oh, did I already use the Destrudo? Or did I not have Destrudo? And I thought I did. Unless I already used Destrudo. Why did I think I had Destrudo? Okay, now that's a mistake, actually. Now what do I do? What do I do to fix this? Okay, Snow, banish from grave. He's at 6,000 though, so he's at 4,000. I don't know what to banish. I hate when it starts counting on the field. Right, there we go. 7. Summon this out. If I discarded, I'd game, right? I don't know, whatever. Battle phase. These can't attack because of Unizombie. Go SP. And I'll target the tier cache. Alright, so I fumbled there in the end, I think. I could have summoned the King of Skull Servant from the deck, but lost 3k attack. That was the problem. If it had 4k, and I go, it's not enough. Why do I think I had Destrudo? Honestly, I would have played that differently if I knew I didn't have Destrudo. Do I chain? He has Big Welcome? No, I'm not going to chain. He can crash. The SP, it's not a big deal. Makes his Big Welcome worse. I have Snow engraved to protect. I'm not going to use Snow to protect that. It's fine. They're going to mill a bunch here next turn anyway. Like, I'm still in the driver's seat, I think, but I feel like I should have had game there. And I'm not sure. I should have just made Baron. Yeah. Why did I think I had Destrudo? I don't know. I don't know why I thought I had Destrudo. Going Lady. Okay. That's fine. Are they going to try bounce back my King of the Skull Servant to the Big Welcome? That doesn't do anything. Okay, I'll chain to this. Yeah, I'll just tag it out. 1 and 2, I guess. Link Fox in defense mode can attack anyway. Now we can't chain Big Welcome to protect it and force this out. Okay. You have to be careful with the time. I only get 60 seconds back in the end. Discarding that and Sulik. That's not going to trigger. You set a trap. Big Welcome. Third Big Welcome. Okay. The end phase, I get back my King of the Skull Servants. Bring that back. I can start off the turn by milling all my entire deck, so I'm chill. Alright, draw. White Baking. That actually protects from destruction. So if he goes like Lovely Labyrinth, try to pop this. I can protect it. It's actually a really good draw. All right, so first things first, let's ditch this. There's a mill 7 cards here. Okay, mill 2 more. More fodder for Snow at the very least as well. I saw Mizuki in there. Destrudo, there's Destrudo. Yeah, I can do that. So I can go Destrudo. Make it level 6. And then Mizuki back the Necroface. And then make Baron. And then that should be game. Did I remove the other King of the Skull Servants? I did. So I can also White Lord that back. Not that I need that much damage. Only triggers a normal summon to shuffle back all the banished cards, so we'll not do that here. So that, yeah, been thinking here because they have to. I'm gonna chain this. They can't do the bonus ability. And ironically, I can banish this and this to make them banish 7 cards. But I'm not gonna do that. I don't play shufflers. If I banish myself, I deck out. In theory, if I can't kill them for whatever reason. So no reason to play into that. They get a draw here though off of the Ariana. It's debatable. No, they're not going for the draw for Ariana. They're going to draw. They're going to pop. Okay, so they're going to probably pop. No, what are they going to pop? The tuner? And someone's back. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Summon that. Pop. I'm sure they're thinking as well. If you pop this, I'll just protect it. No. Okay. I can still summon a tuner from the grave if I want to. I can Prima Donna, but I have both my guys in grave, right? No, I don't. I use other Mizuki. This can revive the other king of the what's it called? King of the Skull Servants. And Snow's not big enough to actually attack over anything here, right? I can make Dugaris to revive in defense mode. This doesn't do it. I'm running out of time again. I have it. Fuck, I don't have enough time though, I think. Can't banish Skull Servant cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not enough time. Turn this off. Overlay. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time to do this. This is a mistake. Draw 2, discard 1. No, the SP! I forgot about the SP! Oh no! Okay. So, listen, I'm supposed to win this game. For sure. For sure supposed to win this game. Wait, why was I thinking I had to attack directly with King of the Skull Servants? They had 1500. All I had to do was attack with both King of the Skull Servants over his 2 monsters and use Snow. Ugh. This is one of those where it's hard to talk to you guys while playing because if you time out. Well, you just use more time and then I time out. I'm not trying to blame y'all, but I would have won this if I was playing by myself. Anyways, we'll get them in the next one. We've lost the roll up against Fabio here, and our hand is looking a bit light on dangers, but that's why we play Lord Darkness. We should be able to fix our hand, as well as by banishing King of the Skull Servants, we can revive it later with White Mare if we need to. But let's play it by ear, because right now we will see what we have to deal with. As any going second deck does, especially without playing any hand traps. It's all just being patient on the first turn, and then seeing what you're going to have to beat, forming the strategy, and then action. Setting back row. Okay, so this is a back row deck. I think that'd be pretty ideal. Dangers are typically pretty good versus trap decks. If it's a brick, then even better, but I don't know how good the content would be. Nightmare Pain. Okay, so sounds like a bit of a brick. No, they can play They pop Yubel. I don't know why they needed to set 2 first. This is never a good play, by the way, guys, because it kind of tells me you have 2 cards in your hand that can't be a way to stop Maxi, because even if it's called by the grave, they can't chain it here. So yeah, if you're ever kind of thinking about how you want to order your turn, it's like almost always set last. It just gives away information to your opponents. I know these can't be like Grave Squirmers, they can't be Nightmare Thrones, can't be called by the grave. So yeah, just not something I'd recommend doing. Special from the deck. Okay, so they are going to end on Phantom at the very least, and they can go into Rage as well, but then, or they can go into Yama, add Shavara. I guess they can Shavara, pop one of these 2, summon, make Rage. That probably works. So it's Rage Phantom, which is still a pretty hefty field. It is not so simple to say they bricked or that I have an easy chance. In fact, I can very easily say they have not bricked. Set the Eternal Favorite. They're playing Eternal Favorite. Okay, interesting. So that we'll be able to fuse for, what's it called? I don't have it in my deck. I'm unlucky in my deck. Loving Defender, which can't fuse off our entire field if they leave up a Yubel, which would require them to do that, and I'll have to be careful of it. But if they do, I'll kind of know what's coming. Anyways, what are they looking for here? Probably Yama, right? Cross Sheep. Okay. Perhaps they're going to end on the Samsara D Lotus and then not Rage. Maybe they're not playing Unchained cards. Alright, summons the Phantom out, and yeah, still has Samsara in the grave, so could revive the Samsara here. And then Samsara will have a negate effect as well. It lets him destroy and negates an effect, or turn an effect into destroy Yubel. So this can be another interaction point. Obviously, I want to wait till this is off the field. Otherwise, I'll just blow up this. You want to use this first, then float into one more, and then this effect. But it is another interrupt. So here, instead of Rage, we have these 2 interrupts here. And then I'm assuming this is going to be a very Yubel dense package. The Eternal Favorite will then fuse again. So I have to be careful with my field presence. I know it's this one. So I will just probably have to like Phoenix this at some point. This being here is nice because it means I can SP something as well. And as long as this is gone, then I can attack into... Oh, never mind. I was about to say I can attack into it and not need to attack directly with my King of Skull Servants. But Appaloosa is coming out. Okay, so we're going for Monster Negates instead of Phantom. Or if they want to go Phantom, they're going to have to shuffle back the Samsara, which I guess is fine, but leaves this relatively dead. They probably should go Phantom. Yeah, so they go Phantom here. Okay. And this is probably it for now then. So this still can be a problem. I'll have to be a bit careful, but it's okay. Let's draw some dangers though, because dangers are pretty good into Appaloosa. Unizombie's not a danger. Alright, so let's toggle on now. Let's start off with Allure Darkness. Draw 2 cards, banish. A Chain Eternal Favorite. It is okay. I'm just flipping it up. Sure. Okay. Draw 2. Another Allure. I'm going to banish King of the Skull Servants. Told you no dangers, though, which is kind of annoying. I don't want another tier monster here. They already have normal summon. I'll probably banish this off Allure. Yeah, let's banish this off Allure. I don't need more dangers. I mean, more normal summons. So we'll go with Mothman here. Yeah, Mothman's pretty good here. Can't negate this, or you shouldn't negate this because it's not once per turn. If he negates it, I just use it again. Okay. Yeah, you should not negate this. I'm not going to chain having this because I kind of don't mind discarding it. But I will just use it again now. So that this is a one use gone. There's no way they negate it again, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Anything to stop my Mothman, even though it doesn't stop it. Oh my god. Alright, so they're special from deck now. And then they're going to use the effect to revive. Interesting. By doing that, it means they can't fuse now, which I'm very okay with. I will just have to deal with this, but otherwise I'll be okay. Can get a search off this again if they want. Yeah. Not gonna chain Havinous. I'm gonna go Mothman again. Alright. I will try it one more time. Please don't negate this. Don't just waste all your negates on Mothman. No. I'm trying to show you guys a good video. This is what happens. It's just my opponent destroying themselves. Let's try it again. Don't negate it. Please don't negate it. It didn't work the first 3 times. Don't try it the 4th time. Oh, come on. That's not fair, man. After all that, they get rewarded with me discarding my 1 danger, which now they can negate. Both of us draw 1, discard 1. Yes, to negate this. Okay, I'm gonna go chain the Haveness to mill 3 cards. Okay, let's mill 3. And now my dangers are gonna come out. Oh no, there's Destrudo and a White Lord. White Lord is not bad because that's gonna be a name. Is there a banished card in his banished pile? There is not. So I cannot go for Prima Donna just yet. I want to go to Phoenix though, I think. Phoenix I feel like will let me discard the White Baking, and that would be really good. I have to draw a card with the Culling Tear as well. So I'm gonna go Phoenix. I'm gonna give up the Prima Donna. I'm not gonna snow just yet. It is too much life points. There are too many cards to banish. I am not that wealthy yet with cards. And I don't care if this gets impermed because the bigger thing is white baking, or we'll go to grave. It could be a super poly face down. Maybe I'm supposed to hit them more to the back row instead, because that's why they would leave up these. Then I can SP this later, right? So like, yeah, I'm gonna actually go up to the back row. I don't think there's a call by there. I mean, it could be call by. Our opponents, unfortunately, is not super skilled. So I'm gonna discard the white baking. I'm gonna target one of these. Then we'll see what it is. If it's super poly or if it's not. If it's nothing. Imperm, perhaps. Imperm. Okay. So I'm not going to get the draw. But that's fine. White baking is what I actually wanted here. So I have 2 Skull Servants in the grave right now. Do not want to chain that. I can force it through, but that would be really neg, so I'm not actually going to do it. And now I get to trigger the white baking. I add 2 from deck to hand, then discard 1. So I'm going to add the White Lord. And then it's a White Prince, I guess, because I already have the White Baking in hand. Yeah, I just had a White Prince, I guess. Then I'm going to discard the White Prince, which sends from deck to grave the Lady in White and the Skull Servant, so I'll fill my grave some more. Go 1 and 2. Now I'm going to use the effect here to put it into the grave and special summon it. So I'm going to special summon out the King of the Skull Servants that's there. Now, obviously, this could be super polyed away, but I can get it back later. Now I'm going to use his effect, and I get to mill for every King of the Skull Servant or Skull Servant in my grave, which should be a lot. So it should be 7 right now. Does it count itself? So yeah, 7 to count itself. So 7 cards. There is a Chillinant Monster, which is perfect. Now I get to fuse, and I already have the Aqua in grave. I have 2 Aquas now. I can go Kaleidoheart and force this out. No, the Rhino's in my hand. I still have a normal summon yet, so let's do this. Let's not waste a perfectly good card. I'll shuffle back to Haveness so I can fuse it away later. The Nessie I'll make a Kaleidoheart with later. Now, this can force out the last back row, and then I'll Kaleidoheart this, and then this will just swing into this. This is 9,000 attack, which means once it connects, it should be over. So I'm just going to mill 2. Add to hand. Do I have another tier card in grave? No, I don't, right? Just mill 2. Mill 2, doesn't matter. Some more Aquas is fine. I'm going to send this off for Tailman Kashtira. There's a chance Super Poly will come down shortly, but I'm also going to make my guys way stronger. So now that if I have to banish from the grave to revive, I'll still have more than 10,000 points of damage equivalent. As well as I think I have Mizuki at this point in the grave, right? So Mizuki can also do some synchro plays. I don't have a tuner yet. Okay. Doesn't count. There's Unizombie. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to go SP. I go SP though, and it's Super Poly. She doesn't work. So I'm going to make Kaleidoheart first, because if he fuses this away, then I won't be able to attack with the King of the Skull Servant. So I'm going to use this first, and then if this isn't Super Poly and he doesn't fuse this away, then I'll SP this. So let's send Haveness a fuse, and I'll probably put the Sharon back in my deck just to get more cards for the future. So make this, shuffle this back, the Rhinoheart back. Yeah, so those 2 back. Doesn't matter where. 10,000 attack King of the Skull Servants right now is more than enough. Let's put this back. Nothing. So now I can go into SP Little Knight. So now my attacks are not forced into the Yubel. Banish Nightmare Pain. And still a lot of extension left, but don't need to. This is 10,000. This is game as is. One shot. Bam. Okay, so we've lost the roll here against Spark. Our hand looks... It's okay. I keep drawing this lady in white. It's not great. Not a great card to mill. Oop, I should toggle off. I don't want to use this. But my hand is fine. I had White Lord or White Baking. It'd be nice. White Baking is such a crazy card for this deck. The lady in white is really bad to dodge because now your White Prince doesn't get to send 2 cards. And it just pops off so much better when you have that. But I don't want to run 2 of this on top of 2 Skull Servants. Like... It's also shit. Like, you could play more, I guess, but I don't know. Saphira, so we're just gonna see the standard shenanigans pop off for this deck. Summon the Skull Guardian. Okay, revive. This is all off low, right? They didn't do anything else. Yeah, so we don't know anything in their hand. If they don't have any spells engraved, so they need to shuffle from hand if they want to summon the Old Man Sarvis, the effect monster. Next up, activating Dogmatica Calamity. Wait, what? That's not what I expected. So summoning Albazoa. I have to send cards to my extract to the grave. That's not that big of a deal. I send Kakalos, which is pretty good. Send Kakalos. I'll send this. Send Anaconda, probably. Nyarla. I probably want the Curious. I'm gonna get rid of the Rolkalos. Get rid of the Dweller. Get rid of the... No. Keep that. Get rid of the Prima Donna. It's a mill 5. I'll shuffle back a banish card, right? Let's be chain block, actually. The Prima Donna was good there. Shuffle back a banish card. That we can't negate this mill 5. Honestly, forgot about that. Happy ending. I can also use this now pretty freely. White Baking probably gets negated, but at least my graveyard is filled up with 3 Skull Servants. Is that a snow as well? No, it's not snow. So what does this do again? I have to add 2 from neck to hand. Okay. White Lord. For sure. And Skulls, White Prince, right? Yeah. Then discard it. I wish I could use that, but it's a shame. Oh, I guess I could. I can send from... Yeah, I guess I could. I just have to send from hand. It's worth it. Shuffle back 2 for the White Man Sarvis. White Man. Old Man. I don't call it White Man. End phase. Okay, so no trap card is actually pretty nice to see, especially from deck. This got Ecclesia for Fleur-de-Lis. Their field's actually clogged, so that doesn't do anything. Artesia. Interesting. Okay. Draw Nessie. I'm going to start off with this, White Lord, I think. I don't discard it, I think, later. And if he negates it, it's fine. Fine. I'd like it to not negate it, but it's okay. It mills 1, 2. We'll see in a second how many it mills. Hopefully mill Snow, Destrudo, Mizuki type cards. Sarvis. Okay. Sarvis doesn't do actually much for us deck. We don't have any link monsters. Let's mill 7 cards. Another White Baking. And Rhino Heart. I'm going to do White Baking and then block with Rhino Heart because he can... I don't mind if he negates Rhino Heart. I'll get to trigger my fusions no matter what, I feel like. But if not, then I get to go Kaleido Heart and spin Maxi. Ooh, okay. I don't know if that matters, actually. I think we can kill through Maxi. I think I'm going to shuffle... Oh, he's going to Chain of Fuse. I want to thread in the Cartesia, but... okay, so let's see what happens here. Do I have White Mare in deck, or is that gone? White Mare is gone. Okay. Grand Guignol. Okay. Rhino Heart. I'll summon. I'll discard the Tier Cache. Mill 2 more cards. I'll add 2 from neck to hand, so let's go add 1. Add 2. Discard the Skull Servant. Let's go chain link 1. Chain link 2. And Grand Guignol will be chain link 3. They're not using the effect to send. They're using the effect to summon from the deck. I wonder what that'll be. Second Lulu Walleth, perhaps? Probably second Lulu Walleth, right? Nope, it's Ecclesia. Interesting. Okay, so mill 2 more cards. There's Destrudo and another card. Send Sharon. So Havnus is already in my grave. I should have seen that, I guess. If he negates this, I won't be able to summon Kaleidoheart. But I don't know if I care that much. No snow yet. It's kind of sad. I was hoping to get it by now. Negates it. Okay. And how many things are in my grave? Skull Servants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 11,000. I need a bit bigger. I guess I'll normal summon it. Don't discard it, right? Yeah, 11,000. And let's use Sharon to mill some cards, probably. Or the best way to mill. Do I have Unizombie in grave to put one in grave as well? What can they chain here? Ash Blossom. Okay. That's fine. Yes. Let's use Mothman here. Did I mill Unizombie? Did not. That's fine. Oh, what I can do actually is... How many cards are banished? 0, 1. I have an idea. I can go to Strudo. Target this. Level 6 now. And I can go into Chen Ying with this. Oh, no, it gets negated. Oh, fucking dumb. It just negates it. I don't know why I did that. I was about to say it lowers the attack of this, but that doesn't actually do anything. Yeah, it just negates. Okay, that was stupid. For a second I thought, oh, he has no more negates left. That's because I wasn't going to summon anything else. Alright, let's Allure. I don't care about this Sharon anymore. Damn it, don't want any of these really. Alright. Nessie effect. Okay, unfortunate I guess, but whatever. Effects, probably Jackalope I want. Let's use Nessie again. Not hit itself. Jackalope's fine. Summon Jackalope out. Draw. Mothman. Okay, special from deck. Special the Bigfoot out so I can make Curious. I guess that means that's baited out, which is nice, but... Still no Unizombie in grave, right? Still no Unizombie. Alright, let's go into Curious here. See if there's anything there. Did they add Fleur-de-Lis? I didn't even check. I should have. It didn't. Okay, so I can send Connect to Grave. Skull Servant card, right? How much do I want snow? I don't need snow. I've already used Destrudo. Oh, no, this isn't enough. What am I talking about? I need one more. I should have got snow then. Oops. Discard itself. Effect. No. Okay. Oh. That's it, right? Not the cleanest played by me, truthfully. But I think it was mostly okay. Bam! That's all it takes. Let's go. Alright guys, so that was Skull Servants. And while there may be a couple of things you can tweak around, whether it be danger counts or Skull Servant counts, this deck did perform pretty well. I feel like the number of Skull Servants is pretty healthy. You're not really at risk of not having enough. Although maybe 1 or 2 more can make it more comfortable. At the same time, you don't want to draw too many because they can clog a little bit. But you could see how this deck had a lot of combo potential, and going second, you can play through some pretty big fields and deal a shit ton of damage. Now, there are other ways to play Skull Servants as well. I know people like Lightsworns or 60-card decks as well. I like this the best because I feel like the dangers just really flow very fluidly, with the Skull Servant cards being a generic Link toolbox and a Curious toolbox, as well as a level toolbox, and then Synchro with into the powerful cards. But, again, other ways to play. That's going to be all for now, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below what other decks you want to see in the future, and I'll see you all next Wednesday. Peace.